All right, Brett, here we are looking at your pitch and delivery. I've got a side view and a back view. Unfortunately, that doesn't allow me to load the model in that kind of show you what I'm talking about. But I think on yours, I think be beneficial to kind of look at both sides. You're pitching up out of the windup here, and you get some good velocity. There's a couple things we want to work on to help you get that even more, and one of them here is the whole idea is to not use your arm as much. The arm wants to get involved late. That allows you to use your body and use your lower half to deliver the ball. That means you've got to get your body down the mound, and you got to get it braced up on the front leg. So you're going to drive from the back leg to the front leg, and at that time, then we want to transfer the forces from our legs up through our torso, accelerate our torso, which then accelerates the arm. Okay. If not, you're arm throwing, and you're obviously more prone to injury that way. Your arm's going to get tired longer. You're not going to go as long. So those are all things why we want to fix that. So when we come up here, you have a pretty good posture here to start with. But let's bring you up to set here and set here, and let's lock you in. One of the things is just a little bit too much crouch. You actually come up a little bit, but one of the things we want to make sure of is that you don't extend that knee on past that toe. Okay, so this bent leg is about as much as you'd want to go. Okay, but from here, what you fail to do is use that bent leg to drive down the mound. You want to use that right now to drive yourself down the mound. Okay, and unfortunately, what you end up doing is just crouching down. Okay, you crouch down more, and see that knee gets out past the foot, and your weight is still back here, and already your arm is all the way back. So what we want to do is from here, when you've got this lined up here and you've got all your weight right here, first thing you want to do is drive that front hip forward. Drive that front hip forward. Okay, you should be looking to make that front hip out here so that you've got a nice straight leg coming out here. Okay, but what ends up happening is you still kind of just crouch down. Okay, and you can really see you bent it a whole lot more on this pitch than you did this pitch. Obviously these are two different pitches, but your weight's still back, hasn't shifted down toward the target, and already your arm's coming up to throw. So this is an all-arm delivery. Really not using enough of your body to make it an effective pitch. You can see your leg here still bent. What we should be looking for is for that to have driven off and down toward your target. Okay, and it just kind of turns over. All right, and you can see here you never really in the back view. You can see you never really extend off that back leg. So you're losing a lot of velocity there by not using that body and getting those hips and extending off that back leg to brace up into that front leg. You just see that I'll get you to synced up to touchdown here. Both of these are right at touchdown, and you can see you're all ready to throw before you can even brace up on that front leg. That front leg doesn't get out far enough, so even though it comes down into landing here, it's still not bracing, it's still kind of moving. Okay, and then as a result, you can also see your back leg coming up off the ground. what we call this is max external rotation. This is where the arm lays back, okay? Right before you deliver it. Your head and your torso are in a pretty good line. You want that up out over the front knee, but without that knee being out there further, because driving off that back leg should have been down the mound further to get you a whole lot more velocity. You can see also kind of landed just a little bit off center, and you can see your foot kind of moves even afterwards. You can see that knee kind of moving in this area. I'll mark it here for you. Right here, it's there, and it's got to turn. So there's no bracing action. There's no force. You're losing a lot of the momentum, and the force that you did build up is all lost through there. So want to work on extending off that back leg and getting into, on the line, bracing up before we get that arm involved. Okay. Your head kind of pulls off a little to the side. You can see you're really cocked off to the side here in both this one and this one. You can see pulled off to the side. You want to try and keep that a little bit more straight. Eyes both straight on the target. You correct it a little bit, but that's kind of the things that I see. Another thing that I want to show you is as we take you back here to handbrake. All right. As we move from handbrake, okay, watch your lead arm action. Okay, you toss it out there. And this is the classic move that a lot of little leaguers do, and they're going to move this foot out down the line before they move the hip out down the line. You can see the first thing to come out is your foot. What we really want is that hip to be leading the foot. And the other thing is the lead arm action. You want to take that lead arm, take that forearm straight at your target, okay, and use that forearm to pull your torso forward. There's kinds of, it does a little bit, but it just kind of lays there down. You can take that arm, take it out toward your target, use it to pull your torso in. Those are the things that I see on your delivery, Brett. If you have any questions, just let me know.